with rattlesnakes. It happened to my sister.
What?
I also
What show?
Not in real life.
What the hell show was your sister on? Was she on some kind of like snuff film show?
It was WB. But Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
So much to me. I feel like you poured a lot into this movie, but then you turned around and you were just as supportive of Ryan. What is it like to...
And my hair care company, Blake Brown, my goodness gracious. It's been crazy.
Like a few times through Ryan on that film.
Got it.
And, you know, and thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Leslie Sloan, who is the publicist for Blake Lively, just filed a motion for attorney's fees. I find it interesting that she did this on the same day an amended complaint is about to be filed. Honestly, I'm flabbergasted that she would even attempt this, considering what she has done. Although a court dismissed the claims against her and declined to award attorney's fees previously, she's now trying to reopen the issue, essentially to vindicate herself. Her new motion might actually backfire, though. It opens the door for Wayfair to submit evidence and directly refute her claims. It's a double-edged sword. It feels like she's trying to get ahead of the narrative. She's expected to blame Sarah Nathan for telling her what happened to Blake on set, information we all know Blake would have told Leslie herself. Leslie is also known for lying for clients. In this very motion, she blatantly claims Harvey Weinstein didn't fund her PR company, which is a lie. When she launched Vision PR, The Hollywood Reporter published a press release stating Weinstein was backing her firm. There are multiple articles from 2016, legitimate sources, not planted by Wayfair, showing Leslie speaking as Weinstein's publicist. She's clearly lying when she says she didn't work with him. Here's what she claims in the motion. The Wayfair claims against the Sloan parties were an ill-advised publicity stunt that had no basis in law or fact. After suffering months of financially crippling and emotionally devastating litigation, they have now been fully vindicated. I don't know about that. The court dismissed the claims on litigation privilege grounds, not because she was vindicated. According to her, discovery confirmed that Wayfair's allegations were complete fabrications. She says third-party discovery proved that their core allegations were false. Leslie references a Daily Mail reporter named James, who recently changed legal representation. He used to be represented by the Daily Mail's in-house counsel, but he's now hired Mark Gio's law firm. His subpoenas relate to both Leslie and Wayfair since he's a listed witness. Leslie claims his declaration clears her. She insists she never told anyone Blake was sexually assaulted or harassed by Justin Baldoni. According to James, Wayfair didn't even perform a cursory investigation before dragging Leslie into the case and fueling a media firestorm. Leslie argues that the lawsuit was frivolous, filed to distract from Wayfair's misconduct and to silence her communications with the press. She also brings up anti-SLAPP, but anti-SLAPP isn't allowed in federal court. The Second Circuit already ruled that New York's anti-SLAPP statute doesn't apply in federal court. Even if anti-SLAPP doesn't work, she's asking for attorney's fees through the court's inherent powers. But the judge didn't dismiss based on anti-SLAPP or award fees, so it's doubtful she'll succeed there. What's even more confusing is the contradiction. On one hand, she says she never told anyone about Baldoni sexually harassing anyone, yet on the other hand, she claims Wayfair filed this to stop her from telling the press that he did. Which is it? She says the essay, sexual assault, reference came from James's interpretation of Blake's administrative complaint, not from anything she said. Screenshots from an August 8 text exchange between her and James show no such accusations. Another message from him to Melissa Nathan and Brian Friedman explicitly says Leslie never said anything about sexual assault. Leslie claims the lawsuit was full of irrelevant and inflammatory allegations, like the one where she was supposedly backed by Weinstein. But again, it's documented. The Hollywood Reporter literally published it. She tries to downplay her ties to Weinstein, even though she was on record speaking on behalf of him and his associates, some of whom were sued for silencing victims through PR. She also accuses Friedman of spreading false and damaging allegations, that she planted stories about Baldoni. But let's be real, Leslie has a history. She planted stories about Paris Hilton during the Lindsay Lohan feud, leaked negative info about Britney Spears, and has been accused of leaking stories about former clients she no longer works with. She argues that the amended complaint against her was confusing and unfocused, weaving in too many narratives at once. That part is fair. The complaint was all over the place and made it harder to follow the core accusation of defamation against Leslie. She says Wayfair never produced additional information because it simply doesn't exist, and that they failed to provide solid proof of wrongdoing. She also tried to pause discovery, but the judge denied that motion. The production deadline is still upcoming, 8 days away, so she technically hasn't even seen everything Wayfair plans to submit. In the motion, she admits the Wayfair parties only tried to connect her to 2 reporters, Sarah Nathan and someone from the Daily Mail. As for Sarah Nathan, she says Sarah told her about the sexual harassment claims, not the other way around. On August 8th, Sarah texted her about 3 creepy things Baldoni allegedly did on set. Then on August 11th, Sarah forwarded an anonymous tip to Leslie claiming Baldoni made Blake uncomfortable on set. Leslie insists that Sarah's sister, Melissa Nathan, twisted this to accuse Leslie of planting the stories, knowing the opposite was true. She references James's declaration again, where he said Leslie never claimed Blake was sexually harassed or assaulted. James didn't testify under oath, he just signed a declaration. But Leslie is trying to use this to claim she never accused Baldoni of anything and that Wayfair never investigated the claims before running with them. Here's the confusing part again. She's saying she didn't do these things, but also arguing that even if she did, it was a matter of public interest. So which is it? When the case was dismissed, the judge didn't mention anti-SLAPP, Section 47.1, or attorney's fees. Leslie is pushing her narrative hard, that the case was baseless and a smear campaign. But some of this might just be her attempt to control the story before more information comes out. Now here's what's undeniable. She did work with Harvey Weinstein, he did fund her PR firm, and she did issue statements for him and his associates when they were sued for using PR to silence victims. She also doesn't want it known that she was fired from her previous PR agency and lost major clients. Her pattern of planting stories for or against clients, depending on her alliances, is well known in the industry. If Leslie truly wants to speak out about Baldoni, she should stop hiding behind anonymous, insider quotes and speak with her full chest, a rep for Blake Lively says, instead of these shadowy back-channel stories. At the end of the day, it feels like a long shot that she'll be awarded attorney's fees. I think she's just trying to get her version of the story out before Wayfair files something new. That's my opinion. I don't know how the judge will view all of this, but her claim that everything was baseless feels more like damage control than truth. What do you think? Do you believe Wayfair made all this up to deflect from their own issues? Or do you believe Blake and Leslie did what was alleged, and just got away with it on a technicality? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.